Alberto El Patron receives a wrestling ban following a fan incident. Plus, we have a major update on WWE international shows and future plans for a WWE double champion. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So over the weekend, AAA mega champion Alberto El Patron faced Dr. Wagner Jr. in a match in Tijuana, during which several fans were reportedly throwing coins at Alberto El Patron. He reacted by jumping into the crowd to confront the fans in question, and in doing so, threw a chair towards the fans as well. This got very ugly very quickly.
Yeah, and then a video online shows another chair being thrown at Patron shortly afterwards and striking another fan in the crowd. So it's kind of bedlam, it's chaos. There was unrest, obviously, in the crowd at this point, and security intervened. Patron returned to the match. And the worst part of this, obviously, is that the reports say that apparently an elderly woman was hurt in the fray and taken to a nearby hospital.
In response to this, the Tijuana Wrestling Commission took disciplinary action, and they have put a wrestling ban on Alberto El Patron from wrestling in Tijuana for 6 months. This is going to prevent him from participating in any commission-sanctioned events within the municipality of Tijuana for 180 days. AAA's affiliates run Tijuana at least once a month, and if AAA was planning on presenting a Triple Mania in Tijuana, as they've done in the past, they'd have to do so without El Patron. That doesn't look like it's on the cards, but it just means that a major stop on AAA's route will now no longer feature Patron until much later in the year.
Yeah, and it's another incident over the years involving Alberto El Patron and, doing something reportedly, which seems to be linked to his kind of... it seems as though he has a tendency towards violent behavior, doesn't it? And to be fair, in this case, no one wants coins thrown at them when they're just trying to do their job. We would hate that sitting here right now if there was someone just, throwing coins at us. But obviously, you can't be doing that if that is what is the case. Of course, videos can be taken out of context and everything, but the bits of information that everybody seems to have put together seem to form a fuller picture of what happened there. My first ever on-camera interview was Alberto. I was thrown in the deep end, very much so. Mm-hmm. He's a large man, and because if someone like that is jumping into a crowd and reacting violently to violence, of course, but I'm not surprised that there are reports of an injury as a result of that. Also, why would you throw a coin at him as well? It's so stupid. But yeah, it's just a nasty situation all around.
In terms of what this means for him as AAA Mega Champion, at time of recording, there's been no announcement on how, if and how that would change. Of course, when we know more about it, you can get more at cultaholic.com. Currently, WWE are in Europe. They played to a fantastic crowd in Brussels on Monday.
Oh,
weren't they good? Take a bow, Brussels. Take a bow.
I said on Twitter, I think the WWE should refund them, because especially in that John Cena Cody Rhodes segment, they reacted exactly how WWE would have wanted them to. They cheered Cody, they booed Cena. They seemed to even do the "Let's Go Cena" bit just before he was about to kind of refute that as well. I just thought it couldn't have worked out better, and not just in that segment, but you're right, the whole night the crowd in Belgium were fantastic.
I foolishly made a point to go John Cena is all in red, like he's a bad guy, but of course those are the colours.
Oh, they love that in their football.
That's the football, isn't it?
Colours,
and it's and as was pointed out to me in the comments, it's not like they just focused on the word Brussels on his shirt and on his hat for the entire time he was out there. Fool me! I shall be handing him a resignation after this. Don't you worry.
They do. In fairness to you, Tom, they've got black, yellow, and red on their flag, but their football kit is red. Also, it's like a particular shade of red. You might have noticed. It's like a slightly
That's the particular shade of red on my face when I realised that I got something wrong on the internet. Hope someone gets fired for that blunder. Anyway, the reaction from the crowd in Europe, as always, is fantastic, and this will not come as a surprise that WWE are heading out on the road again en route to Clash in Paris. Today they've announced a whole run across the UK and mainly the UK and a little bit of France as well.
Yes, we'll run through these dates because they all take place in August and they're quite compact, aren't they? They're quite packed together. So on the Friday, the 22nd of August, SmackDown will take place in Dublin, Ireland. That crowd should be good.
Oh, Saturday the 23rd of August, WWE live event in Liverpool.
Sunday 24th of August, oh my goodness, Tom, it's WWE live in Newcastle.
That's us!
That's where we are.
Why are the lads? lads, well done on the cup and all that.
Oh, no, wait, no.
Sorry, mate.
I can't wait for one of the heels to be like, I prefer it here in Sunderland. And everyone will go, and no matter how played out it gets, it works. The last time I saw a heel do it, someone next to me in the crowd went, get him, stop him. You can't say that. You can't come to Newcastle and talk about Sunderland. Oh my goodness.
That's it. I've been here 10 years now. And I love this. Monday Night Raw on Monday the 25th of August, live in Birmingham.
All right, I'll have a go then.
Oh,
we're all from the West Midlands. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Boopity doopity boop.
Boopity boopity boop.
That's what they sound like.
How dare you? As my father said to me when I was growing up, boopity doopity doop doop. How dare you?
Tuesday the 26th will be in
Black pudding.
Tuesday 26th will be in Manchester.
Right, Bab. Wednesday 27th of August, WWE going to be live in Leeds for a house show.
On the Thursday, the one before the SmackDown, the 28th of August, will be a live event in Cardiff, Wales.
And then they're going to bomb across the Atlantic. No, they're not.
No, the Channel.
The Channel. That's the one. They're not across the Atlantic.
Shorter body of water.
I got a D at GCSE Geography. Have I ever told you? Friday 29th of August, SmackDown is live in Lyon, France. And that'll be the night before Clash in Paris.
There's an interesting clash as well in terms of these. It's not with one of WWE's televised events here, or streaming events, I suppose I should say now. But the live show in Newcastle, the one that takes place on the Sunday, 24th of August, is also on the same day as AEW host Forbidden Door. But not just anywhere, Tom. Forbidden Door is in London. They're all going to be in the UK at the same time.
So this is once again WWE sabotaging our live reactions to AEW.
Quite possibly.
See what you're doing there. I mean, it's going to be a hotbed for wrestling fans in August. Is London. So obviously, and they've got the show soon after that in France. So of course they're going to take full advantage of that and run an entire tour in and around it. And it's a story that came up a little while back about how AEW are reticent to announce dates because they know WWE will counter programming. There's nothing I find more hilarious when like AEW announce like the super mega show, and then WWE go, hey, on the same night, 3 miles down the road, Randy Orton's finger painting. They just have a habit of doing that, and they're kind of doing it again by running like a whole UK tour in and around Forbidden Door. But we've got WrestleMania before we get there as well, and PW Insider have given us a little bit of detail about a fan experience like no other.
I'm not joking. This is what PW Insider have legitimately...
This might be the most heel thing he's done so far.
I honestly think so. So they report that On Location, which I guess is the name of the company sorting it out, they are offering an exclusive dinner with John Cena at a 5-star restaurant during WrestleMania week for the low price of $25,000 per person. The problem is that I think they've done this almost as a joke, saying, look what a heel, look, he's dinner with him for $25,000. But on the other hand, someone will take that. Someone will. Someone is rich enough and carefree, I suppose, enough to do that. And it's quite concerning, I think.
I mean, I would, if somebody does have the kind of money to let's be honest, spaff $25K on having a bit of dinner with John Cena, I'd like you to be my best friend.
Yeah,
that'd be lovely as well. That would be very nice. That's almost the price of my wedding.
Is he?
Almost the price of my wedding.
Is he going to pick up the bill? You'd think he would.
Could you imagine if you pay that and then John goes, there you go, wabba-doo.
Just gets a calculator out. Stop, right, let's sort this out. You had the starter. Okay.
He decides to go Dutch. Again, the second most heel thing John Cena's done. Yeah, we're going to split this. So I actually only drank water. You had 4 pints of the premium IPA there.
Would you like still a sparkling, Mr. Cena? Tap. Come on now. Not made of money, am I? Well, not until after this.
He's literally made of money.
Yeah.
NXT last night saw that evil faction that's been haunting the main event roster finally get themselves a name, but not before they did something equally dastardly to a former champion.
Yeah, they were back at it again this week, attacking Tony D'Angelo backstage while the family were competing in a match. And I believe there was an earlier segment on the show where Stax said to Tony D, why don't you stay backstage, boss, in case Sean Spears and his stable try and target you? And he was like, That's a really good idea, Stacks. So is this going to throw some suspicion Stacks' way, perhaps?
Stacks, you naughty boy.
We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, the group in question later on appeared backstage unmasked now as they revealed their name, Dark State. They made their presence felt at the end of NXT, stalking Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Obafemi during a chaotic end to NXT, which saw all three of these kind of guys in the main event scene fighting. But then this new incoming heel faction getting involved too. It was a chaotic mess, Tom.
They were loving watching these three just get themselves into a tiz.
They were watching about it, yeah.
Dark State. They're poisoning NXT with angriness.
I don't mind it yet. I just the key thing for me will be how they differentiate themselves from times we've seen this before, like Retribution, for example. How are they gonna not fall into the sort of same traps and cliches that they did back then?
I think let's learn from the past on this occasion. Also, last night we heard from the new double champion of NXT, Stephanie Vaquer. She is now the NXT North American and NXT Women's Champion at the same time. She got approached by several people wanting a piece of the action. Jada Parker, Fallon Henley, and it led to future plans for the champion being, well, a busy week next week.
Yes, absolutely, because as often happens to double champions, she's got to defend both of those belts in the same night.
Same night?
That's not fair.
Twice? Hope you get paid twice.
Like John
Sean.
Cena, if he has two dinners in the same evening.
Two dinners, Sean.
50,000. Oh no, John Cena, I was saying $50,000 cash in hand.
Just to go back to the John Cena thing very quickly. You've seen the episode of the Vicar of Dibley?
No.
Where she has like multiple Christmas dinners.
Oh right, okay.
What if they book like two people to have it and Cena has to go back and forth between the tables all night?
It's just like a hilarious sitcom.
Like a hilarious sitcom sketch, like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Stephanie Vaquer, anyway, will be defending the NXT title against Jada Parker in the opening match. Jada Parker, by the way, on NXT, kind of usurped and attacked Jordynne Grace and said, "I'm in the front of the queue, Jordynne Grace." So Jada, I imagine, is like a bit of a little stopgap feud before the Jordynne Grace match, but that's fine because Jada deserves this chance. She's very, very good. And then after that, she will be defending the North American title, will Stephanie, against Fallon Henley, the woman she beat for the belt. And I think Fallon even specified, "I want my title match after." It's a very heelish move. She's going to pick the bones, Tom.
I wonder whether this kind of telegraphs Stephanie Vaquer losing the North American title in pretty quick form, whether or not they don't want to have both. Because the fact that they want Fallon Henley's match, the North American title, on last, suggests they might want a title change at the end of the night, and a legit reason for Stephanie Vaquer to have lost the title after being through two grueling matches.
Well, that was my gut instinct as well. But they've got a chance to go a little bit more of an interesting way, don't they? Maybe setting us up for that expectation, but then she pulls out a win anyway or something like that, because she's not been double champion for very long at all. It would feel like quite a quick end to her reign, but maybe that's what they want to do.
They did it with Keith Lee, if I remember correctly. They had him as the double champ, and he was very quickly had the one belt taken off him.
The only other one I can remember in recent memory, and there will be more, but Rollins is when he wrestled, was it Cena and Sting in one night?
I
think he lost one of them.
He lost the US title to Cena, and then he retained the title against Sting.
So the world title one came on last.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
And that was in that order, at least, was the right way around. But yeah, so I mean, they might use it to get it off her. Hopefully not, because I like her having two belts. I think it suits her down to the ground.
At least for now,
now it certainly does. Are you twitching tonight?
I am twitching tonight. Myself and Owen Mawson will be on twitch.tv/Cultaholic, taking command once again of the Fulham FC Swans. We stayed in the Premier League. We last week, a note came up in the inbox saying like, Liverpool's manager's been sacked. Do you want to apply for the... Owen was already on his feet. He was like, can we do it? Can we go for it? Can we go for it? And in the game, you have to like go for a job interview, and then you get multiple choice questions. But you might not even get it, even if you answer it perfectly. You might just not have built your stature enough. And then it got to like the end of our stream, but Owen was stalling. He was like, "No, wait, refresh. Let's see if Liverpool have got back to us." And then they rejected us. So we're still at Fulham. No, it was really funny.
The second saddest thing to happen to Liverpool in the last few hours.
It's fine.
Look, thoughts and prayers. Be nice to Owen, particularly, and to you, mainly.
Liverpool are still going to win the Premier League. What's Sunderland got apart from bitterness?
They've got you as a fan.
They do.
And they are a massive club.
We are actually a massive club.
They're a massive club. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic, 6 p.m. GMT to see the massive club that is the Fulham Swans in action on Football Manager with Jack and Owen. And on the podcast feed today, Desert Island Graps with Mark Mero.
Oh, very good. Very nice indeed.
So Mark Mero just released his book. He's coming to the UK to talk all about it, and he'll be in Newcastle next month, so we're going to catch up then. But we talk about the book. We talk about a title run, a title feud that he was meant to have with Steve Austin in '98.
Wow.
We talk about a sitcom pilot that was filmed featuring Johnny B. Bad with Little Richard as his dad.
Right, okay, right. This seems like a must-listen episode,
Oh,
Tom.
do you know what? He's great. And obviously he's reinvented himself as a motivational speaker. He's just a good egg, is Mark Mero. You can hear it on the podcast feed. And if you're a Patreon, you can watch the video version right now as well. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe and fly, swans fly. Ooh. Oh.